everybody. Welcome back to another story time from the Twinsburg Public Library. This week we're going to be talking about some very cool wild animals, but first we've got to say hello to each other. So let's see, how should we say hello today? Maybe let's say hello as low as we can. Let's try it out. Ready? Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as low as we can. Hello. Hi, everybody. Does anybody know what the opposite of low is? That's right, it's high. Let's say hello as high as we can. Bread and butter, marmalade and jam. Let's say hello as high as we can. Hello! Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. Let's see, what else should we do? Oh my goodness, we've got to sing our ABCs before we get started. We have so many words to read in our story. I want to make sure my voice is all ready for all of those letters, so we'll do it together. Ready? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time, won't you sing with me? Nice job, everybody. Now, I think since my voice is all ready, I want to get my fingers ready for counting and singing and having so much fun today. So let's count to 10 together. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nice job, and my hands are all ready for clapping. That is perfect. Now I am all ready for my first story. This is The Lending Zoo by Frank Asch. This is one of my favorite wild animal stories because it's all about a library or a lending zoo. Let's see. It was a sunny morning and Miss Perkins was in a sunny mood. After feeding her pets, what kind of pets does Miss Perkins have? Let's see. Let's see what Miss Perkins has. A pig and a rabbit. That's silly. Do any of you have a rabbit as a pet? I don't know. This might be kind of a silly story. Miss Perkins hopped on her scooter and drove to her job at the lending zoo. Wait a second. When you go to the zoo, do they let you check out animals? I don't think so. This is a funny zoo. When she arrived a little late as usual, a line had already formed at the checkout desk. Everyone in line had chosen an animal to borrow from the lending zoo. The last person in line was a young girl Miss Perkins had never met before. "Hi, my name is Molly," said the young girl, "and I'd like to take home." Just then, Mr. Woozle, the lending zoo zookeeper, came running down the hall. "Miss Perkins," he cried, "something's wrong with our tiger Pancake. He refuses to eat his breakfast." "I hope he's not ill," said Miss Perkins. "Shall I call the doctor?" asked Mr. Woozle. "Not yet," replied Miss Perkins. "Let's go have a look at Pancake first." "Can I come along?" said Molly. "Sure," said Miss Perkins. "Just follow me." When Miss Perkins, Molly, and Mr. Woozle arrived at Pancake's shelf, they were met with a disturbing surprise. Pancake was nowhere in sight. "Oh my!" cried Mr. Woozle. "Pancake must have wandered off. I do hope he's all right." "Look, over there!" cried Molly. "Aren't those tiger paw prints?" "They sure are," said Miss Perkins. "Pancake must have taken a swim in the duck pond." "And here's where he left the lending zoo," said Molly. "You're right," said Miss Perkins. Then she turned to Mr. Woozle and asked, "Mr. Woozle, would you please keep an eye on my desk while Molly and I go looking for Pancake?" Miss Perkins and Molly followed Pancake's paw prints down crowded streets, busy beaches, winding lanes, and city rooftops, all the way back to the Lending Zoo. Look, Pancake is back on his shelf, cried Molly. Welcome back, said Miss Perkins as she gave the wayward tiger a great big hug. Then she turned to Mr. Woozle and asked, why don't you try feeding him now? When Mr. Woozle offered Pancake his breakfast, the tiger gobbled it up in one bite. Pancake seems fine now, exclaimed Mr. Woozle. I guess he just needed some fresh air and exercise. Now tell me, Miss Perkins asked Molly, what animal did you want to borrow from the Lending Zoo? Actually, I was hoping to borrow a tiger, replied Molly. Excellent choice, Miss Perkins said as she issued Molly a Lending Zoo card. Have Pancake back by the 10th of May, or you'll have to pay a fine for each day he's overdue. By then, the line at checkout was quite long. Now, how may I help you, Miss Perkins asked, a little boy with a panda in his arms. Oh, I love the idea of a Lending Zoo. I think it would be so cool to be able to pick out an animal to take home. I'm not sure what I would pick. I don't think I would pick a tiger, but maybe a panda. Panda sounds really fun. Well, let's see. You know what? I think I would like to sing a song about a couple very silly animals who I bet they have at the Lending Zoo. I think I'd like to sing a song about some silly monkeys and a great big crocodile. Maybe you can help me out. Let's see how many monkeys are in this song. Let's see. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little monkeys in this song. These are very silly monkeys. Where do these monkeys live, do you think? Do you think monkeys live under the water? No. Do you think monkeys live up in outer space? No. I think monkeys might live in a tree. What do you think? I think these 5 silly monkeys love swinging around in a tree. So maybe you can help me out. You might even know the song. It goes, 5 little monkeys swinging in a tree, teasing Mr. Crocodile, can't catch me. Along comes Mr. Crocodile, quiet as can be, and zaps that monkey right out of the tree. Oh my goodness, those monkeys were not careful enough. Now we've just got 4 little monkeys. Oh no, we've got 4 little monkeys swinging in a tree, teasing Mr. Crocodile, can't catch me. Along comes Mr. Crocodile, quiet as can be, and zaps that monkey right out of the tree. Oh my goodness. We had 4 monkeys. 1 got snapped. How many do you think we have left? Let's see. We've got 1, 2, 3 little monkeys. That's it. Just 3 monkeys left. 3 little monkeys swinging in a tree, teasing Mr. Crocodile, can't catch me. Along comes Mr. Crocodile, quiet as can be, and snaps that monkey right out of the tree. Oh no! There's just 2 monkeys left. That's it. 2 little monkeys swinging in a tree, teasing Mr. Crocodile, can't catch me. Along comes Mr. Crocodile, quiet as can be, and snaps that monkey right out of the tree. Oh no! How many monkeys do we have left? Just 1, that's right. Just 1 little monkey swinging in a tree, teasing Mr. Crocodile, can't catch me. Along comes Mr. Crocodile, quiet as can be, and snaps that monkey right out of the tree. Oh no! We're all out of monkeys. Those monkeys should be more careful next time, right? I think so. All right, we have time for one more story today, and I would love to share terrific tongues. This story is a little bit of a mystery. That means we will have to use clues to figure out what is going on in our story. So maybe you can help me out. Maybe you can help me read this story. This is Terrific Tongues by Maria Gianferrari. Let's see. It says, it's a straw, it's a sword, it's a nose, it's a mop. It's a tongue. Stick out your tongue. Did everybody bring their tongues to story time today? Let's see. I think so. All right. If you had a tongue like a sword, you might be, can you think of an animal who uses their tongue like a sword? It would be very sharp and very strong. Let's see. A woodpecker. Red-bellied woodpecker's tongue is 3 times as long as its beak and as sharp as a sword. Uses it to stab bugs that it wants to eat. Let's see who else we've got. If you had a tongue like a straw, you might be, let's see, if you could use your tongue like a straw, you could go drink up all your drinks. You might be a moth. Moths sip flower nectar with their long tube-like tongues. When they're not eating, they can roll them up like a garden hose. If you had a tongue like a party blower, you might be let's see. If you had a tongue like a party blower, you might be able to go. What do you think can do that? A frog. Good guess. The North American bullfrog's tongue unrolls like a party blower. It's sticky for catching insects, crayfish, snakes, turtles, frogs, and even ducklings. You can go loop and catch all your food on the end of your tongue. If you had a tongue like a nose, you might be, do you use your tongue to smell? No, you use your nose to smell, but some animals use their tongues to smell. Who do you think might do that? Let's see. You might be a snake. A snake's tongue helps it smell. It sticks out its tongue and grabs all the smells in the air and then brings it back into its mouth where a special organ helps it smell. That's pretty cool. Ooh, if you used your tongue like a mop, you might be... do you use your tongue to mop the floor? That sounds a little yucky, but somebody does it. Let's see. You might be a bat. I didn't know that. Bats stick out their tongues for drinking, and then hairs on their tongue absorb the food and nectar, like the fibers on a mop. That's pretty cool. If you had a tongue like a washcloth, you might be... do you use your tongue to wash yourself in the bath? I don't think so. That doesn't sound very clean. But if you did use your tongue like a washcloth, you might be an okapi. Those are pretty cool. An okapi's tongue is like a washcloth. Their tongues are so long that they can use them to wash their eyes and their ears. If you had a tongue like a whip, you might be a really long and strong tongue. You might be... an anteater. A giant anteater's tongue is as long and fast as a whip. It flicks its tongues in and out of insect nests up to 160 times a minute. That's a really quick tongue. If you had a tongue like a windshield wiper, you might be... when your grown-up is driving you around in the car, do they use their tongues on the windshield wiper when it's raining? I don't think so. But if you did, you might be a gecko. Geckos don't have eyelids, so they use their tongues to dry off their eyeballs, like windshield wipers to keep them clean. If you had a tongue like an arrow, you might be someone who shoots out their tongue real fast. You might be a chameleon. A chameleon's tongue hurls towards its prey as quick as an arrow shot from a bow. The tip forms a suction cup, slurping up prey. Except much faster. If you had a tongue like an air conditioner, you might be a dog. Dog tongues work like tiny air conditioners. Dogs stick out their tongues and pant to get rid of heat. That'd be nice, wouldn't it, in the summer? Ooh, if you had 2 tongues, you might be a... What do you think? Who has 2 tongues? That one's a real big mystery. Who do you think it might be? An octopus. How cool. The common octopus uses its tongues like a carpenter uses tools. They use one to chip at the shell with its sharp beak, and then it scrapes its tongue back and forth inside the shell. And if that doesn't work, it uses another tongue to drill through the shell. Very cool. Let's see. Last one. If you had a tongue that could lick, taste, blow bubbles with gum, talk, and whistle, wow, that's a lot of things that tongue can do. But if you could do all of those things, what might you be? I don't know. What might you be? You might be you. That's right. Our tongues can do so many things. So even though we don't have 2 and we can't slurp up our food like a chameleon, we can still do some pretty cool things. So I think before we all go, we should sing one more song together. Let's sing our goodbye song. We've just got to go. The library doors go open and shut, open and shut, open and shut. The library doors go open and shut all day long. We check our books in and out, in and out. In and out, we check our books, in and out, all day long. Now our time is up, but we'll see you next week. See you next week. See you next week. Our time is up, but we'll see you next week at the library. And thank you so much, everybody, for joining us for another story time here at the Twinsburg Library. See you again soon.